Hi everyone, my name is Joshua Duff. I'm the race director for this weekend's Cairns 50. And firstly, welcome to you all and thanks for coming along and competing. And I'd also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we'll run this weekend and pay my respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. It's a wonderful place that you'll get to run. And in particular, the 50K, you get to take in that scenery 3 times through. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's a couple of really important things that I need to go through that are in the athlete guide to make sure you're aware of those. And then also some additional things with the weather in particular. I'm going to try and take 10 minutes of your time now. And then we'll have a final race briefing 5 to 10 minutes before each event on the weekend. Firstly, let's start with the big ticket item, and that's the weather. Many of you would have seen a video or photo of Glenoma Park, which was more Glenoma Lake on the weekend with parkrun cancelled. It was an incredible amount of water, more than I've ever seen down there, and it was quite amazing. The good news is that the weather this week is looking fantastic. Today is a super sunny day. It's already cleared up a lot, and people are running along the path there with no worries. So there will be an event. And even if there was torrential rain between now and Saturday, there'll be an event regardless. We have plan B and C ready to go in case. With that weather, that means that the path is not quite as nice as it usually is. Now, council will be cleaning that path towards the end of next week to make sure that it is safe for you to run on. There are some sections at the moment that are very muddy, very sandy, and are very slow going. But if council do a great job there, which I'm sure they will, then the path will be in great condition for the weekend. There's also some trees down and a few other things that they're fixing up. So fingers crossed that's all good to go with no more weather between now and then. Otherwise, there may be some small changes to the course along the way, but just keep an eye out for those sort of things. But with all the rain that we've had, chances are it's going to be very, very hot, sunny and humid. 31 degrees predicted for next Saturday at the moment. The humidity is going to be incredible. So you need to be on top of your hydration before and during, and then also after the event. It doesn't stop at the finish line. Very, very severe conditions that we're looking at. So you need to be all over that. The other thing that the rain has brought is insects, mosquitoes down in that area. So not only do you need to slip, slop, slap, but also make sure that you have some mosquito repellent around because there's going to be quite a few insects. But otherwise, everything is good to go weather-wise. Fingers crossed for the weekend. Another quick one before I get into the athlete guide, just talking about the Family Fun Day on Saturday and getting that done now. Their entries in general have closed. However, we will be taking on-the-day entries for the 5K, 2K, and 1K on the weekend. Parents, if you've got your kids, bring them down. They can come for a run, get them an entry, and you can run with them. So last year, the youngest we had was 2.5. My daughter was running. So you can run with your kids, even if for the 1K, they do 1 lap, 500 meters, walk it, get a medal at the end. It's great fun. So please come along, and there'll be all sorts of activities there. Make sure you read the athlete guide for any more information about the Family Fun Day. It's going to be awesome. Let's get into the main stuff. Firstly, I must say that it is your responsibility to read the athlete guide. Make sure you are across all of it. That is your responsibility as an athlete. Everything is there that you need, and I'm just touching on a couple of the key things. The first of which is the schedule, making sure that you know exactly when your event is or when check-in is. That is your responsibility. Ideally, you need to be there about half an hour before your event, and then there's a final race brief 5 to 10 minutes before your event, and then it is all go exactly on time. Race pack collection needs to happen ideally before Sunday. If you can't pick up until Sunday morning before your event, fine, that's okay. We are doing race pack collections then, but ideally Friday afternoon in Applin Street at our office, or Saturday afternoon at the Family Fun Day. Come and pick up all your goodies and bits and pieces then. You can have someone else collect it for you. They just need to have your confirmation email. And of course, parents or carers can pick up for their kids. Merchandise, if you've bought it, that'll be available as well. Travel and parking is one of the big ticket items because we have a small temporary car park in Brinsmead Park reserved for you. Glenoma Park car park is closed except for event vehicles and emergency vehicles. So you need to park just down the road. It's about a 500-meter walk. And then we have a secondary car park at the school just up the road, which will be about a kilometre walk. Please do not park along the Western Arterial. It's too dangerous and we're not allowed to park there anyway. But if you can, get a bus. We have shuttle buses running from town into Glenoma Park and back. That is there for you. Please book the bus. In the email that I've sent you, there's another link to where you can book it. There's still heaps of spaces remaining, and that just removes a few cars from going there. Or you can carpool as well. So please book the shuttle bus. That's there for you. A couple of the key rules that I'll just touch upon. Make sure that you read these and you know exactly what you can and can't do. But headphones, only single earbud or bone conduction so that you can hear marshals and you can hear traffic people around you. Those pathways aren't closed. They are open to the public, so you need to be able to be aware of your surroundings. And if you are carrying a phone or device for music, or perhaps you take it out to take photos, please keep it away. We don't want any distractions. There's lots of people out there on that path, and as I said, general public, so make sure you have that phone away. The pathways, as I said, are open to the general public, and often they sort of just walk around along that path. They might be dogs off leash. Sometimes there's cyclists along there. Sometimes there's kids riding their electric scooters going super fast. So please be aware of your surroundings. Take care. And know that those pathways are open. And then if something happens and you have to withdraw from the race, please come and check in at the control tent to let us know that you have withdrawn. Or if you are out there and you get to an aid station, you can't make it back, we have event vehicles that can come and pick you up and bring you back to the event precinct. Or if you get picked up by a friend or family member, you still need to come back and let us know that you have withdrawn. Or if you have to go to hospital, you have to go home, make sure someone lets us know that you have withdrawn so we know who is and isn't out on the course. And that's it for those key race rules. Make sure you read those, some important stuff there. First aid could be very important this weekend with the heat and humidity that we are expecting. We have a first aid team led by Bailey Fletcher of Cairns and surrounds doctors. They are highly skilled. We'll have people at the event precinct and also out on course. So if you need any help, we have people out there to help you. And then in an emergency, try and let a volunteer or staff member know as soon as possible. We've got bikes out there on the course too that you can hopefully get a hold of. And if you need to call an ambulance for yourself or for someone else, try and flag down the next person that you see to let a volunteer know or a staff member know. The aid stations, so check those course maps, make sure you know where you're going. Aid stations, so we've tried to make this very, very clear, and we have the last 2 years as well. We are cupless. That includes the family fun day. Doesn't include the family fun day. We'll have cups for the kids out there, but for our 10K, 30 and 50K on the Sunday, we are cupless. So you need to have your own hydration system of some kind, and with the heat, you need to make sure that you use that. You will get a small collapsible cup in your event pack, and then we'll have some soft flasks, and we'll also have some hydro pouches for sale at the event precinct if you need something. But that's going to be really important. We're going to add some extra water. We're going to add an extra water tub at the 50K turnaround, and then also extra water at the personal needs just near the event precinct. Everyone can access that and use that. And then in terms of things like Coke and chips and those more ultra kind of foods, they'll be out at the two far aid stations at the Rocks and at Mary Parker Drive. The 50K, if you're in the 50K, you are allowed to use our personal needs station, which is just near the event precinct. You can access it on the way into the event precinct, and then you can also access it on the other way out. It will be on one side, but you can access it both ways. Hopefully you'll have a volunteer there, but I can't guarantee that at the moment. But we will try and lay everything out in number order so you can grab what is yours quickly. We've got about 60 people running the 50K, so it shouldn't be too hard to find what you need. That is there for you to use. Please, in terms of the rules, you cannot leave things out on course, or you can't have people hand you things out on course, except for our aid station volunteers. The personal needs station is there for that, so that you can grab what you need and have extra. And check here in the personal needs page exactly what you can have. If you need to use a bigger Woolies cold bag, that's fine too. And then toilets. So we have portaloos that will be there at the personal needs aid station. There's toilets at Gumbura Park, which is about 500 metres off the track if you desperately need it. And then there are toilets at the Rocks. However, I've just been informed today or yesterday that they're currently closed. I imagine that's because of the weather and the rain, but I'll be talking with council this week to make sure that they are open for you this weekend. So timing and results, there will be live timing by Barefoot Sports and One Time. In the email that had the link to this virtual race briefing, there is a link to the timing as well. I'll also post it up on social media and on our website, and then our final list for this weekend in the 10:30 and 50K, and also the Family Fun Day. They are now available, and there'll be some little write-ups over the next couple of days about who to watch out for in those events. And then when you're all done and finished, there's the recovery space where there'll be fruit, lollies, cold water, some more electrolyte, and Recovery Lab will be back again this year. So they'll have some ice baths. And talking about recovery and ice baths, please, this year, if you normally go for a dip in the creek, I'm asking you not to this year because there's huge amounts of water, lots of debris coming down that creek. And we are advising you not to. If you do so, it's at your own risk, but that water is really flowing. There's all sorts of stuff in there. So please do not go into the creek. I'd rather you go get an ice bath through Recovery Lab. And also, talking about electrolyte drink, it's S Fuels Fruit Punch that we have at the recovery area and then also out on course. Getting towards the end, our presentations, 4:30 p.m. Sunday afternoon, Cairns Harbourside Hotel. Please come along. There'll be some food there available, and then stick around for the presentations, celebrate what you've done, but also all our volunteers are invited. So it's a great opportunity to thank them for giving up their time to allow you to do what you do this weekend. And then photos will be available. They're not for sale this year. We're providing them for you. They'll be available hopefully by Tuesday next week. If you're lucky, maybe earlier, but I would say probably Tuesday. And then to finish off, there's all these quick guides at the back of the event guide. Check that just for a quick guide as to what you need to do, where you need to be, all those sort of things. Then if you have any questions between now and the weekend, please get in touch. Email is the best way to do that, but just be aware that come Friday, Saturday, I won't be on emails as much. But otherwise, happy tapering, keep out of the sun, keep healthy, and then we'll see you on the weekend.